So I made a video about this when I was probably about 9 weeks along, but I still get comments pretty much every day with people asking about baby C and the triplets. Around 12 weeks, we did get a little bit more information about what probably happened, but it's just kind of a hard thing to talk about on here because nothing is definitive and we probably will never officially really know what happened. But long story short, at our first ultrasound around 7 weeks at our fertility clinic, we saw 3 heartbeats. It looked like there was one sac with 1 heartbeat and then another sac that had 2 heartbeats in it. And I've gone back and watched the video so many times and I can definitely see 2 different little flickerings in the second sac. So that's kind of when our doctor told us it looks like you're having triplets. He did warn us like triplets is a very high risk pregnancy. We will have to see how this goes. I want to see you back in 2 weeks for a repeat ultrasound and see what things look like. And then hopefully we have more of a definitive answer for you. So for that 2 weeks, we were very convinced that we were having triplets. Obviously, it was a huge shock to us and we were just trying to figure out what our life would look like. I was very scared, but we did start coming around to the idea of our life with triplets. At our follow-up ultrasound 2 weeks later, they only saw 2 heartbeats. So they saw 2 sacs and a heartbeat in each sac. At that point, they said, there could have been another baby in there and it vanished, it stopped growing, or it could have been interference with the ultrasound and there maybe never was a third baby in that other sac. Probably just won't know. And that's kind of where we left off. It's a very difficult thing emotionally, not really knowing whether or not there was a third baby in there. Because on one hand, I don't want to claim a loss if I didn't have a loss. But on the other hand, if there was a third baby, I don't want to dismiss that third baby and pretend like they never existed either. So when we switched over to my regular OB around 11 weeks and decided to do the genetic testing, he did say that we could probably figure out if there was a third in there or not. He talked to the representative at the genetic testing company and they said if there had been 3, my testing would probably show up inconclusive because this test can detect the fetal fraction of 2 babies but not 3. That's my understanding. So if I did have any fetal fraction from a third baby, my results would be inconclusive. My results came back and they were not inconclusive. It detected 2 babies, so he's leaning towards, he can't say 100%, but he's leaning towards there never was a third baby in there. So that's kind of the update and probably pretty much all we will ever know. And if there was a third baby, we just pray that we'll meet them again someday and we'll hold space in our hearts until then.